Hello and welcome to a quick guide to Robin. Robin is a physical harmony character who specializes in buffing all your teammates with big bazonga damage boosts, while also beating the life out of enemies with her amazing singing voice. Her kit revolves around her skill and ultimate, which buff all allies on the field. Her skill increases all allies' damage up to 50% for 3 turns. Imagine Whole Pass but AoE. Her ultimate advances all allies' action by 100% and send her into a Dance Dance Revolution state, or Sing Sing in this case. She will sing her heart out, so she can't do anything in the meantime. Her alt state will show up on the action order instead of her. It has 90 speed, and when it reaches the top, she takes an action immediately. Her amazing Bard skill also increases all allies' attack and her own attack. After every ally's attack, she also added a little extra physical damage on top of that. Her talents increase all allies' crit damage by 20%, and when they attack an enemy, she gains 2 energy. The technique is a dimension technique, so only one can exist, like Weld and Dr. Ratio technique, so you have to choose one. It will be a zone following her around, and any enemies in it will instantly become her fan, and will chase her around asking for an autograph. While entering battle, she will gain 5 energy for each wave of enemies. Oh, and the dimension lasts for 15 seconds. Major traces. A2 advances her action by 25% at the start of a battle. A4 increased crit damage or follow-up attack by 25% while in her alt state. A6 regen 5 more energy when she uses her skill. A2 is definitely a must because it helps her get that first skill out quicker, and it's great if you want to play her optimally. A4 is a nice damage increase for follow-up character, and A6 is the least important one, but still great for her ultimate. Should you pull? Yes, definitely. You don't even need to have a follow-up team. Speaking from someone who didn't get her the first time, she's a very useful character. And her action advance in her alt is a run-saving abilities in all the endgame content. So definitely having her is better than not having her. But for some of her competition, Robin versus Ruan Mei. A common comparison is to Ruan Mei because they are both AoE buffer who can be used in multiple team comp. Who is better really depends on the team. Of course, you should get both because Ruan Mei is also a broken character. But if you have to split them, Ruan Mei full kit works in more of a dot and break team, and Robin works in a more duo DPS or a follow-up team. If you have to pick one, like you will literally be broke after this, I would say Ruan Mei because she can cover more variety of team. If you have more FUA or crit DPS character, crit duo DPS character, go for Robin instead, but get both. E1 versus S1. Par for the course for any signature LightCone. The S1 makes her more flexible with 3 extra energy regen rate every time an ally's attack, up to 5 times. And when she used her ultimate, the energy regen stack became attack buff instead, and buffed allies attack too. E1 increased all tight rest penetration for all her allies by 24% in her alt state. Her E1 is even better than Ruan Mei E1. It gives a massive damage boost to the team because of the defense reduction and damage increase shenanigans, which makes it even more valuable. But S1 still makes her easier to use with extra energy, just not the same damage boost. So E1 first, and if you want her to be easier to play, then grab the S1. Character build. For her LightCone option, other than the signature, the event LightCone for Tomorrow Journey is her best option. Because you have it at S5, it increases her damage and all allies damage for 1 turn after using her ultimate, which advances all her allies action too. The synergy is just too damn high. The new March LightCone, Poised to Bloom, is also a great option for a non-dot team because it buffs her attacks and allies crit damage. But you need 2 or more characters of the same path, and you probably don't have it as a S5. So for Tomorrow Journey, just outclass it in almost every scenario. There are options for energy if you are struggling to get her ults up. Ronya LightCone works very well with her, but the other 2 just decrease her damage output in general. Relic time! 2-piece Musketeer and 2-piece Prisoner, or any other attack piece really. Just 2-piece attack percent and 2-piece, well, attack percent. It's the best in slot for her just because she just needs a lot of attack. Champion 4-piece is a great option for both physical damage and attack boost, but it does need a little bit of a ramp up. She needs to attack the enemies and get hit. Best case scenario, she only needs to do 1 basic and 4 enemies just attack her so she get the maximum buff in 1 or 2 turns. Another thing is that she cannot get attacked while using her ult, so it's even harder to get 5 stack before she goes into her ult state, which wastes even more time. If you need a bit more speed, switch one of the attack percent set into a hackerspace set. It's an okay option, but only if you can't hit 120 speed for Fleet of the Ageless. But most importantly, she should take action first in the team, so get more speed until she can act first. Usually 120 is enough. For her Planar ornament, I share Sprightly Ruan Mei. It advances her action at the start by a whooping 40%, allowing her to get her skill up very fast. And energy regen is great on her. Second best is Fleet of the Ageless, just like I said, because it boosts a lot of attack for both her and her team. But you do need 120 speed, so you need to work on that substat a little bit more. Bonvac just let you go all out attack, and is more comfortable at lower speed. For main stat, attack chest, attack boot, or speed for fleet, attack orb, and energy regen row. For substat, go for attack, and then speed if fleet. Some tips and tricks. While using her ultimate, make sure that all characters in your team has already taken their action first. Then use her ult to bring them all back up, making use of her kit to the fullest. And make sure when you enter the battle, she is the first character to take action. Keeping her around 120 speed is a good way to ensure that she is first in almost every scenario. Team building. She is great in many teams, but her best value is going to be in a dual DPS follow-up team. Topaz is a top pick for her for even more follow-up damage on enemies. And pair those two up with Doctor Ratio, March 7, or the newcomer like Fei Xiao or Mosa is a great option for the main DPS. Clara and Yinglin is also great with her at Topaz, but you can swap Topaz out for some other support like Ting Yun or Asta, or just go with one of the 4-star sub DPS I mentioned earlier. The best sustain is obviously Aventurine in follow-up team, but Huo Huo is great too because he gave out energy for everyone, and she is especially great in dot team. Robin is a busted buffer with great versatility in team building, and even if she isn't as versatile as Ruan Mei, her kit is still a lifesaver in a lot of situations in endgame. She is easy to build, and her value that come from a half-built Robin just immaculate. Definitely get her if you can. Well, that's it. See ya.